Yo, what's up? You're tuned into Three Guys and Sometimes Bob. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Where's that Kevin dude? Well, that Kevin dude. Well, Kevin's busy dealing with other ashes right now. So you got me, Reggie. I just got out of a little state-sponsored vacation, let's say. Now I'm here at the Cigar Caves Tobacco Alley, smoking a stogie like it's 3 to 5, except nobody's watching the yard. This podcast is where we let loose. You'll hear stuff you won't find in your grandma's Sunday sermons. Bob might roll through, or he might be out betting on underground turtle races. Ain't no telling. So grab your drink, light up, and try to keep up. This is Three Guys and Sometimes Bob. Listen, either way, I'm getting my free smokes and white folk.
Free smokes and white folk.
I think you're supposed to say Wi-Fi. But
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Hey, no bam.
No,
Hey,
no bam. So
I got to say, welcome to America.
welcome to America. Hey, I feel like that.
America.
So from what I understand it now, you only owe Roy 4 lunches or some shit.
We're even.
He called the even bet.
Oh.
Hey, Roy.
I bought like 12 down in Vegas over the
You
weekend.
bought one fucking meal.
2, 3.
How many did Joey
Those
buy?
breakfast-
How many did you buy?
breakfasts?
How many did?
I love you, Roy.
I love you too, Andy.
Just so you know, I love
So,
you.
hey,
but
hey-
today's got to be the greatest day in the last 4 years. So I just
For you guys,
Yes, I love you. Though.
No, for
But you know,
America.
no matter what,
okay.
For
it's
America.
all good
It's
because
all
we're
good.
all in this together.
It's all good.
But
No, okay,
for
so-
a business owner, we're going to be
We're
great.
all in the same shit
But back
show.
to what I was getting at is, so when you were in Vegas buying those lunches, did Joey actually buy them?
Joey bought
Joey
them.
bought
Yeah,
them.
oh, hell yeah.
You just signed it to
and
your
it's-
room.
Mike, it's got nothing to do with breakfast or lunch.
It had to be dinner.
It was
Had to
dinner.
be- oh,
I heard Garen's buying
Period.
cigars today.
So he owed me.
If you want a cigar,
we
it
were
will
down
happen.
to 2.
I've
he
been buying
bought-
drinks
bought
all
me
night,
one.
all day long. Since
Sunday
6:30
night.
this morning.
And then, he owed last night. He was 1 and I was 0.
Rodney!
He won the bet last night, so it washes. So we're
Gotcha.
we're
We'll have to
starting
come
from
up with
scratch.
something new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we'll come up with something else.
Well, you got 2 more years.
Yeah, fuck
4
yeah.
years.
You know what'd be
I
nice?
will put
It'd
the
be-
gauntlet out.
I want fucking 2 years of silence.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful?
No
Yes.
more. I don't give a fuck
No,
who it is.
no more fighting, no more nothing.
No, nothing. But
Erase the slate on both sides.
Con-
Do you got some Connecticut
Connecticut shade.
ugh,
Drews that are in the cabinet down
You like
below?
shades?
Got a bundle of those?
I'm sorry.
I like. Well, though it's a dark.
Yeah, something.
Maduro.
Maduros. I like Maduros.
Some
light.
Maduros are okay.
Grab a light one
Those
and a
are
dark
the
one.
other
Kind of strong.
What's the other medium?
Of something.
There's mediums.
So-
there's a sun-grown.
Yeah,
which
I'm
are
a
fucking
Connecticut
great.
shade. And then
Yeah.
some
You ever had
Maduros
a
Gonna find
that-
you something.
Have you ever had a Connecticut broadleaf?
Yeah.
That is a fucking killer wrapper.
Yeah.
It is killer wrapper.
Yeah, at the
You
Cigar
can't-
Cave,
you can't say rapper in Connecticut.
I
Yeah,
feel
you
like that
can't
was
go wrong in-
wasn't
in
that
Cigar Cave.
what's his name?
That's not P. Diddy.
No, not P Diddy. No, what's his name?
Vanilla Ice.
No, back in the day.
Eminem.
No, Clinton's vice president, Al Gore. Didn't his family own the fucking all the tobacco fields back over
That
there?
was in Kentucky or something.
No, I thought it was.
No, not in
How can
Canada.
Al Gore,
The inventor
Mr.
of
Green,
the internet.
All
Yeah,
that, all that
and Mr.
tobacco
Green
that comes from down there is
owned
all
tobacco.
shortcut, and they make it into cigarettes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you got black tobacco, which is all your Virginia.
I thought you were going to say
Eastern
vagina.
seaboard- Vagina.
That's all your vagina stuff.
it's all
Yeah.
pink on the inside.
it
Well,
is?
sometimes.
Some
No,
of
it is.
Some of it's brown.
Trust me.
yeah.
No.
Well, that's the
You know-
outer side.
That's the opposite side. That's when you
Oh,
roll them
that's
over.
when you turn it
When you
over.
turn it over.
I almost brought the sticks. One of the.
Yeah, that reminds me of that joke, right? You heard that joke,
Had a
right?
great time.
Hey,
I
one
don't
at
know.
a
Roy's
time.
saying something. I don't
One
know.
at a time. One at a time.
So Big Smoke.
We need a speaking stick.
Yeah.
Anyways, Big Smoke, yes.
Funk. And that was great. Had a great time. But
Cheers.
one of
Thank
the
you
sticks that we walked into the seminar, we got 9 cigars.
Oh,
3 of them were
Celebratory.
Thank you.
were single tobacco, just crudos. So if you took all 3 together, it would make a great blend. So we had the wrapper, and you smoke the wrapper.
You want a
for
regular
second.
cut or a punch or something?
Lighter.
so
Yeah, we had filler, binder, and wrapper, and by themselves they taste bulky.
so
But
why would
you
they do
put 'em
that?
all
Why not put them together initially?
So you know what's gonna
So where the
blend
flavors
well.
come
That's
from?
awesome.
So, okay,
No,
that's cool.
I love
that's
that.
cool.
I love
Flavor
that.
profiles.
I
It
love
was
the
fucking
building
cool.
of cigars. Yeah, it's the same thing with food. My cousin.
The fuck did you pour me? It's like super sweet. Did you put 7-Up in it
No, I
instead of
did-
fucking
I did-
soda water?
I did. I put soda water.
But I didn't have I didn't have what you normally have, and so I put a little bit of the chipotle pineapple flavor to give it some heat.
When you don't, it's fine. But if you don't know, I'm like.
Yeah, I had the original steam, and so I put a little chipotle pineapple, just a dab.
Just a dab.
And just I wanted it to be a little heat.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I know you like the spice.
It's good now that I know what it is. Yeah. But when I'm like, that's not vodka soda because it's got some fucking sweetness to it. But no, it's not bad. I appreciate it.
I got some great coffee here.
Yeah, coffee's good.
Yeah, I had my coffee this morning. I had my laxative this morning, so I'm good.
Okay.
So it's been a good week. So you guys were in Vegas. We were in Detroit / Canada.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I'll let Andy give the fucking play-by-play.
Oregon won, which is
Oregon won.
awesome.
It was a great game. That stadium is fucking awesome.
Where was the stadium?
It's in Michigan, Ann Arbor. The big house. It's the biggest stadium in the U.S.
Yeah, largest one.
100 some odd thousand people at seats, and it's cool because it's sunken in. It's like a 1970s living room.
Yeah, so
you walk in on the
carpet.
On the ground level, and then you go down to your seats. And it was
phenomenal. So we walked around the whole stadium. So we came in the front. If you come in the front and go down the front, and then we're on. So the front.
They weren't too receptive for us coming in the back. We tried. You got to ask permission. You got to have a permit.
You know, Mike anal. How's your anal? But so yeah, I didn't think we were gonna make it there. I mean, I laughed. I laughed for an hour straight on the first flight, and the whole time thinking we're never making it to Detroit because Mike instantly.
I was getting updates.
Mike instantly upsets the person behind me to the point where he texts me. The girl behind me is oohing and awing. I'm like, oh fuck. Right?
No, she was bitching about because we were. It's the 5:50 a.m. flight, right? So the stewardess, who was amazing, she was fun. She was having fun with it.
Best stewardess I've ever.
Yeah, she was like she played into me.
Everything.
Well, yeah.
Wow, she had to be.
And she was dressed because it was the 31st. It was Halloween, so she was dressed as Witch Barbie, which means she was wearing like a Hillary Clinton pink pantsuit and a witch hat, which is because airline rules they got to be somewhat whatever.
Right.
Airline.
Could be like Playboy Bunny Barbie.
But I did ask her as we were getting ready to taxi out and take off, if this plane does go a mile high, and she looked at me, that side of her eyes, and just did not comment.
Did not respond to it.
And then I asked her if their Wi-Fi blocked Pornhub, and she says no, but you might want to be aware of your surroundings. And she pointed to the older couple behind me, who the lady. And
you were not saying this very quietly either.
No,
nothing was quiet.
No.
There's a volume control, but it's broken.
I laughed for an hour straight.
So
I was sick to my stomach was hurt. I had tears coming out my eyes, and just about the time I'm wiping the tears off my eyes because of the laughter that I've had for an hour, nonstop. Eric and I sitting next to each other. These guys.
They're in the very front seat, and me and John are in the two.
I'm wiping the tears out of my eyes, and I look over, and John was walking out of the bathroom with toilet paper
stuck to both feet.
both feet. And I just started again. I look at him, and I'm like, I've been laughing for a fucking hour. I couldn't handle it.
But yeah, so the stewardess announces that it's going to take us a few minutes to back out of the parking spot because they're de-icing the wings, and the lady behind us was all. Fucking 72 degrees. Why they got to de-ice? And so the lady was like, we don't want ice buildup because not only does it cause issues, it causes less drag, less lift and gravity.
You want the plane to crash?
Yeah.
You want to die.
Yes, that's what
and realistically, why take the chance? Because they had extra de-icer. Is that what we're going with? I mean,
yeah, that's it.
So my mind is going usually into my regular mode of, and she kept muttering constantly behind me. Fucking what are they doing? Why are they gonna de-ice? Yeah. I'm like. Are you not going to make it to Pennsylvania for your granddaughter's birthday because they're going to take 5 minutes to fucking I mean, that's my mind. So, but then as we get into the flight and we start talking about midget porn, she was on board.
Yeah. So,
really?
So that's what starts. So Mike starts texting me
because I don't remember.
Mike's texting me and he's like, "This bitch is oohing and on," and I'm like up there just minding my own business and he's
so
telling me how
apparently I didn't put my phone in airplane mode.
So he knows how upset he already knows how upset she is, and neither did I, by the way. Not one flight, fucking 24 hours of flying, 2 days. So So he's texting me. I'm like, so then the next thing I know, as soon as he tells me, as soon as I read that she's upset, he's like, so what are your thoughts on midget porn? And I'm like, oh shit, we're not gonna make it out of the Medford airport. We're not making it out of the Medford airport. Like, this isn't happening. And so I start laughing and he just, Mike, it's like, the more you feed into it, the more that comes out, and the more the brain starts working, and the more shit starts going, and it was just on and on and on, and it didn't stop. I mean, and she was on board the whole time.
Yeah, her and her husband are like, and he gave me his business card. He's like, yeah, because I had the podcast shirt on, right?
Right.
Oh, he's promoting the podcast every flight.
Yeah, we gained 2 listeners at some point. Yeah, we're up to 56, 2 followers. So, so he gave me his business card. He's like, yeah, email me. I want to check it out. And this was after the whole, and they were, I would say, older than us. So
they were cool.
They were cool. Now that they stopped.
Now she's into midget porn. That's great.
Midget porn, but not plain de-icing, apparently. That's,
what about midget porn on the wing? Why they're de-icing?
Well, I think if there's a Pornhub channel on there, that's. But no, my thought was, and if you guys are 2 of the followers that jumped on and are listening, no disrespect, we had a great time bullshitting with you. I don't remember most of it. That's why I have Andy here. Yeah. And I lost your business card, so that's why I didn't email you. I don't know where the fuck that is. It's probably
just jump on.
It's probably in a hotel in Canada somewhere.
So speaking of the T-shirt, I missed our opportunity.
It's a bottle
to be nation fucking wide with 3 guys and sometimes Bob.
Really?
I was sitting right behind, or I think I sent you the pictures.
That pulls off.
Okay. Oh. I went to the JD Vance.
I got lots of
rally in Las Vegas.
Oh, we were going to go to the Trump one in Detroit. That was there too. We were talking about going to that.
Yeah.
So
we almost went.
My sister-in-law.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because his sister.
My sister-in-law hooked us up, and we went to the rally
in Michigan.
No. In Vegas.
Vance was in Vegas
for Vance, and Rhonda's Uncle Terry. We were sitting right behind JD.
Roy,
I was
on
go? Every fucking news outlet
seminar.
In the free world. CNN, PBS, ABC. Everything that they showed the JD Vance.
Your face is there?
I am right there.
So if you are watching our podcast, you will see a big fat bald guy.
Why I gotta be a big fat bald guy?
We don't know why you have to be that.
I know. Apparently,
I'm kidding.
Andy and I are gonna have a conversation out in the fucking back alley here. We're gonna discuss a few things.
Do you have a front alley?
Sitting next to a beautiful woman.
What the front of it is.
So the bald guy is sitting next to a beautiful woman. That's Garen. So you can get an idea of what he looks like.
Okay, I got to get the NPR.
Oh, I have it if you need it.
And if anybody wants to know, I'm like 4 times the size of Garen. So when I say fat, I'm being sarcastic.
Height, Andy. Just in height. Yeah. So I should have. I did not know that's where we're going to sit. If we're going to.
Should have brought the banner. Should have brought the banner.
Right. Hang it out there.
Everybody's got their Trump 24 banners. You've got the 3 guys banner.
Yeah, Mike and his 3 guys. It was funny because as wild as Mike was, he promoted the
I did.
podcast.
I was fucking telling everybody.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, I watch our podcast, and they're in. People are loving it.
We are grateful for the many things.
Ain't that fucking something?
And you actually got the rhythm going.
Well, he was off by a beat.
Well, but that's G. But that's for him. That's on.
I'm always off.
Half a beat, yeah. So we got Rhonda, G, and Uncle Terry. Yeah. And
that's badass.
But no Roy, because Roy had a seminar.
Yeah, Roy was out smoking cigars.
Look at you with a microphone in front of you.
Oh yeah,
you couldn't have shouted out 3 guys and sometimes Bob into the microphone.
Well, the microphone was not on for me to use.
Oh, they know you. They know you. They're like,
they frowned upon it.
Your sister-in-law was like,
don't let him have the mouth.
I did
put him
get a
there,
warning.
but don't give him a hot mic.
I did get a warning. She goes, "Don't fucking embarrass me."
Yeah.
Mike, Roger, copy that.
Oh yeah,
and I did anyways
just for being
showing
there.
up.
The whole YouTube video is me.
But yeah, so we were talking about because he's over there going, yeah, Trump's in Detroit tomorrow or whatever. It's on Friday or whatever. We should go because we were talking about renting a car and going to like the Niagara Falls, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. Because it was only about a 3-hour drive.
About
shit.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Well, no one was sober enough to drive probably.
Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving.
Well, because we were not.
Well, I can tell the picture that you sent me on the plane, and I'm like going, he ain't gonna fucking make it.
This was yeah.
You look like, and that was at probably 5
This
in
was
the morning.
yeah, this was because we started out with the Bloody Mary breakfast at the bar there,
Right.
And then as soon
you
as
probably didn't get any sleep prior to that.
No, so got on the plane, and our stewardess is like, "You want your pre-flight beverage?" I'm like, "Give me a double vodka soda."
Excuse me, miss.
And she looks at me, and so John's sitting next to me, and I didn't hear what she had said. She just, because I'm deaf, I didn't bring my hearing aids, so all I see is her lips moving, and I say, "Okay." Well, John was like, she said that because I ordered a double vodka soda, so she's like, apparently told me, "You make sure you have to finish it before we take off."
Oh, God.
And I'm like, "Give me 2."
Bring me
come
a
on,
quad.
give me a fucking
We all
thing.
had 2 before takeoff.
Before takeoff, yeah,
By
like,
the
girl,
plane's
you-
loading.
Were you on the first class side
Yeah,
of it?
First class,
we
the whole
exploited,
fucking
we exploited that.
it.
I did that too on the way to Miami.
Yeah. Roy does not remember much flying into Miami.
I remember parts of it. It was
After Denver, it was all downhill from there. So Roy tried to drink all the. You were drinking scotch.
Scotch.
He tried to drink all the scotch on the plane,
I almost did.
and he almost did.
They need to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what they told.
They told us at the beginning.
On the way
doubles.
back.
Yeah,
on the way back. On the way home when we boarded.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Michigan, but so look, so that's where that's an entry right there, right? And
But-
that's the scoreboard, and that's the entry.
Well, apparently
and then
my insurance agent.
when you
See you
look
later.
at
See what she wants.
when you get in the building, that's the same sign,
Oh, fuck.
and that's where you enter. See how deep it is?
Oh, yeah.
So so where you enter.
So that's ground level then.
Yeah, it's
So you
you're
enter-
walking in straight.
So you're down about
you're
100,
walking-
150 feet.
So
Yeah.
you're walking in at row 70,
okay, so
roughly.
You're midway through the.
So no,
About
you're
3/4 up.
3/4 up.
About
So there's
3/4
like
up, yeah.
30 rows above us, and then 70 rows below. We were row 62, but when you enter at row 70, you can see kind of where you are. You're about halfway through the stadium. Like this is like entry, and then you can go up or you can go down. That's it. And that's
Well,
where you get out.
'cause that's
And
what
you
you
know
do
what?
everywhere, but-
There's 100,000 people, and my mic can be my testament to it. When you walk out, you're not ever in a lot of people.
There was never a lot of lines
Because
or
like,
nothing.
like
It was
the
set up
place
so
is like
well.
it's like 50 yards wide, the walking
so
path.
you're
you
telling me that somebody actually planned this shit out and it came out okay?
Somebody in
It-
1895, whenever they built
Well, I
that
think
stadium.
what happened. I think I was listening to somebody talk about it, and they built the stadium, and then they wanted to add more seats, so they just dug it down.
Yeah.
Oh, instead of building it
they
higher,
they
that's
went down
okay.
with it. Of course, they went up with the skyboxes and whatnot,
Yeah.
right? Because like behind us, there's like another 30 or some rows that go up,
Then
and
the
then the skyboxes are up there. They're 10 stories tall.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're
were
fucking
huge.
10. I mean, look at it. I mean,
Well, there's a lot of money there.
There's a little bit of
Well,
Chrysler stuff going on there.
I did
in-
some
in
research,
GM.
and I think they have like 12 national titles or something like that over the years, or 12,
is that
20.
all?
Well, they have one last-
they have
they have
more
one last-
national titles than any. I think
They had one last year.
What? Yeah, well, last year, but I mean, they hadn't had it for a lot. But they're used to winning, and they're the nicest people.
Dude,
So
they were
everyone
so
listening
good.
out here, I tell you what, we went to there. We walked. We're there 2 minutes, and we're walking through Michigan tailgating. You know, I mean,
Fucking all blue and yellow
I'm with
frickin'
4 other
tents.
guys, and they're just kind of walking through trying to find something, and I'm
Are you wearing your
waving.
yellow?
I grab
We're
a
wearing. We're not. Did we not show you the picture? You got the.
yeah. I hold my hand up. And I hold my hand up to a guy with the ball, and he throws me the ball. We play catch for a little bit, you know. And I overthrew him and hit it.
That was us.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they can tell you're full.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I bought.
You're
and
not from
everybody
a-
was like, "Dude, your jackets are great." I'm like, "Yeah, we wanted to blend in." You know?
Yeah.
Understand? We're fucking. It's our Cretan camouflage.
Garen, you guys will appreciate this. I walked by this guy, and he's got there's these huge tailgates.
Dude,
and this
and he
guy's
had some good shit too.
He's got a small tailgate. He's just he and there's like 4 people there, and it's just a little like 1 vehicle wide of this tailgate. But he's got this bar set up, and he's got Weller 12-year, Travelers, Eagle
They
Rare,
didn't fuck around.
Oh,
They didn't fuck around.
and a couple other high-end bourbons, you know. And I'm like, oh, you're doing it right. He's like, come over, you want a drink? I'm like,
Fuck
and
yeah.
these guys just keep walking.
Of course, we never hear. I don't hear him going,
No,
"Hey
they-
guys, come back."
Oh, I did. I called you. I'm like,
I-
hey.
I did have my
And
hearing
They
aids,
just
so-
keep walking. So I walk over there, and I'm like, I kind of feel awkward. Like I'm like, I'm an Oregon, you know. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, what do you like? And I'm like, well, I'll just have the Travelers. I said, I have Eagle Rares because you don't want the Weller 12-year. I'm like, I want the Weller.
I got bottles.
I said, I want the Weller 12-year. I said, but that's your good stuff. I know it's a once-a-year allocated bourbon.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think I've had it. I've had
Oh, really?
I've had the Foolproof. I might have had a bottle of 12-year, but I don't have it anymore. But I had
Because you drank it.
It got drunk.
It got drunk. It was, but I have 4 of them, but I don't have that one. And I said no. I said I'll just have the Travelers. Besides, for a shot, Travelers is the best. 12-year, I want a little stone on it.
Right.
Or something,
You want to hang? Yeah, you want to hang out with it a while.
Yeah,
You wanna hang out with
I
it.
don't want to shoot it.
Yeah.
The Travelers goes right down. So then he gives me a stainless steel shot cup, and then
Just hands in the bottle.
and then hands me the bottle, and I'm like, okay, cheers. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And then so we move on, and we were trying to figure out what to do. We're there early, and John and I wanted to check out the whole facility. We're into the game, and
Me and Eric just want to find a bar. That's what we're looking for, a bar.
So the closest bar is it's a mile walk the opposite direction. So they take
walked
off, and John and I walk about a quarter of the way. And I'm like, do you want to go to the bar? Well, we'd been up till 4:30 in the morning the day before, right? And John and Eric, he's like, no, let's go check it out. I'm like, all right, we'll see you guys. They go to the bar. They did it right. They find a freaking lounge chair,
Dude.
cocktails. And John and I are over there. We ended up at the CBS live broadcast, so we were on TV as well.
No shit.
So we're at the CBS live broadcast. I'm standing next to the Mountain Dew guy, the Mountain Man. He's like 6'7".
Oh, shit.
He's got this long hair. I mean, he looks like a fucking Greek god,
This is us at the bar.
That was like someone's house.
Yeah, no, it was great. Fucking couches and everything.
That's in the stadium?
No, that's about a mile away.
Oh,
so we walked
okay.
down to it, but it was not. They said a mile, but I think it was more like a half mile. It was not that far to walk, and it was all downhill until we had to turn around and come back.
Oh, that looks comfy.
Yeah, no, comfy couches, chairs.
Rugs and
This is
everything?
where
Yeah.
we were. We were at the
So me and Eric-
CBS broadcast with the Mountain Dew guy. We got some free. I got in line and got some free Mountain Dew gear for my boys.
Oh,
and
sweet.
A hat, and we got the little number 1 hands. the green.
They were in the but they were in the Spartans color, not the fucking Michigan State.
Well, they're Mountain Dew colors.
Well, but
but
it
it's
looked
still
more like
Oregon.
the Michigan Spartan.
Yeah.
There's more the
More
dark
like
green.
Oregon than
Yeah.
than Michigan.
Well,
anyway.
that's true.
So we
how
did
did
that.
the casino go? Did you go?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well we stayed at the
Boston.
We stayed at the
We
Caesars.
crossed the border 4
Caesars.
times.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did,
Caesars
did
Wednesday.
your your theory work? Did you AI it?
Yeah. So yes and
Yeah.
no.
Are you allowed back in the Canada?
Yes and no. So the thing was,
They letting you back in, yeah.
when you're down in the fucking on the floor, you don't get shit for fucking cell service,
Right.
and their Wi-Fi is basically just for the hotel rooms, not
Okay.
down on the casino floor for obvious reasons. So when I was trying to sit at my fucking video poker machine and pull up my AI or whatever,
Yeah,
it was just like spinning circles. I
Right,
was
right.
like,
The wheel of death.
but the one actual time that I actually went up and what I had is I got the PDF file from the casino's website of their list of slot machines.
Okay.
I fed it into the AI,
Oh fuck.
and
Yeah.
I said, hey, here's the list of the machines. Break them into categories of machine types, and give me a basic strategy for each machine type. So it did that, and then it says if you pick a specific machine, give me that name, and I'll give you. So I went and I found the Huff and Puff machines, which I've seen
Right.
before.
Yep,
I'm like,
yep.
So
Gotta
I
get
went
6 helmets.
Yeah, when I was back
Yep.
in the hotel room or up on the hotel side, I put in Huff and Puff. Give me this. So they gave me the strategy, and as long as I followed that machine, when I followed that, I doubled my money, cashed out.
How did you follow the strategy?
So
What-
basically, it was it goes by the type of machine. It's okay. Bet 1% of your budget. So I said, okay, I'm going to put a $100 bill in the machine. So I'm going to do $1 bets or closest as I can. So it's like $1.25.
Yeah.
And because this type of machine, it pays out in short spurt. It has this whole thing of it pays out frequently in short spurts. So if you blow, say, 30% of your budget and you haven't hit any bonuses, switch machines.
Okay. Good to know.
And then all that. Or do the whole linger and watch somebody else that leaves, or find a machine that, you know how some people, they get down to like 47 cents and they just leave it in the machine?
Right.
Find that machine because they played it for a while and they didn't win.
Right.
So it might be clean close, and then start with that. So that's what I did. And I not instantly, but started getting hits. So I was like, and they say once you get a couple of hits in a row, increase your bet. So I did that. And my plan was double my income, my money, I cash out. And so I hit my 200, I cashed out.
Okay.
Went to another machine. Didn't look up a strategy for that type of machine because I may or may not have had a few more drinks.
Right.
Threw it all back in. I was like, "That's fucking max bet the whole time. Fucking do it." But yeah, the one time I followed the strategy.
Huh. Interesting.
Of course, then Andy he cleaned house.
It was. We were all
He had to
down.
go to Detroit though to do
all
it.
of us. All of us were
casino.
down. All of us were down.
I lost about
$500
$500 basically.
Yeah, we were. They were. Everyone was down about $1,000 or $1,200. You know, and then we ended up in Detroit, and
It's some fucking. It's like the Rosses of fucking.
it was
You
like
went to 8 Mile, huh?
yeah,
it was like the old town Reno casino.
Yeah,
it was just like this little hole in the wall, no
Yeah.
table, just fucking games
and shopping carts lined up against the wall.
nice.
wild shit, some weird shit. And I sat down in the game and it was like bang bang bang, and
Yeah, he
I
fucking-
cashed out 1,700 American.
Nice.
You know, and then we went back to Canada, and
You
by
gave
that
him-
time, John.
And you gave him 1,700 American.
No. So we go
But that's
back.
like 2,000
We go
Canadian, so
back. We go back to Canada, and by this time, there's a few people that were a little bit, intoxicated at this point. But I sat down with another $700. So now I'm up, I'm in 1,200. I'm up 23. I'm up $1,400. So not a ton of money, but I mean, we're just playing games. We're not taking tables or doing anything else. And
It's
so
entertainment.
I go over there. I go. I'm done. I'm going to bed. It's been a long night. This is 3 or 4 in the morning.
See, I went to bed at midnight because it was like I'm these guys. I'm a day
Yeah.
drinker. I'm fucking. We hit midnight there, and I was like, this is way. And I was like,
You haven't seen midnight in a while.
no, especially fucking East Coast time.
We when we got back to Canada, we decided, let's go to the club. We're gonna have another drink. Mike's like, yeah, let's go. And we walk on. I shit you not. We walked the wrong direction. If we walked the right direction, Mike might have been in, right? But
Because,
walked the
'cause
wrong-
we were, like,
we
right
walked
there by the
we
club.
walked 2 blocks from the club, and we're gonna go have a drink. And we walked 2 blocks the wrong way, and Mike gets about a block and a half. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm out." And by that time,
we're by the casino anyway.
we're
I'm like,
100
I'm
yards
fucking going.
apart.
Yeah.
Mike's like, he can see the door.
I smell in the barn. I smell in the barn.
he gets.
Yeah, I'm going bed. I'm going to sleep.
So he
I'm
bailed
fucking
out,
done.
and then we ended up walking like 5 blocks around
The wrong way,
or
yeah.
6 blocks. I mean, we walked.
It was basically across the street from our hotel.
Across the street. I'm not joking. It's the closest thing. The club was the closest thing to the hotel, other than the fucking hotel.
Yeah.
And
we
fucked that up.
walked 1.5 miles to find it. We walked in a huge circle. It was funny, but we found it. And
Yeah, I went to sleep. But yeah,
And,
they were, and then they come back, and then they stay
gamble.
downstairs and
Yeah.
gamble more. And I'm
yeah.
like,
Well, I was in
wake
bed
up at-
2 hours before the other guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
was a
what
fucking-
happened is I win my money and I'm like, okay, well, I go over to the machine.
Then they took his money.
And I put it in there and I cash out like $780 or something like that. And then one guy's like, give me $300. I need $300. Give me $100. I need $100. And I give it around and I look down. I got $200 in my. Like I fucking just lost. I was like,
Good
well,
friends.
fuck it, I'm out.
Those are good
That's
friends.
what happens when you take your kids to the family fun center.
That's right.
I really felt like that,
Yeah.
going to the machine. Here you go, boys.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah, go
Well,
play the
because
claw
the
machine.
thing was, is that not that they didn't have the money to do it, but it's our last night there, and it's Canadian. So now you got to go back. You got to go to the thing, cash in your real cash to get
Right.
Canadian cash to play, because the games don't take real American money; they take Canadian.
Yeah, strictly Canadian. You got to, and they do that because they're skimming when you go to the cashier's
Oh,
cage.
yeah, it's
with your-
2%.
Yeah, they're making money on it.
They're making a 5% cut on that exchange kind of
Absolutely.
thing. So yeah, but what I found though is the prices of stuff in Canada. Food. All we bought was food, but fucking cheap as shit compared to here.
We thought
We thought it was going to be comparable, whatever. But fucking breakfast platter. I got 3 eggs and bacon. Right. Normally you get eggs, 2 strips of bacon, some small thing of potatoes,
Right.
and a piece of toast that's cut in half.
About
Right.
a half a dozen rashers.
This is. I got 3
No,
eggs.
you got 2 pieces. Yeah.
Well, no, let me tell my story. I got 3 eggs,
I missed-
probably 6 pieces of bacon, freaking giant thing of potatoes that are cut into like almost like pickle slices, kind of a thing.
Okay, wedges.
And yeah,
Wedge.
and then four half slices of toast. Fucking two
it's a
full
massive-
pieces. And they bring this out, and I'm like, it was $12.99 Canadian, which is about $10 American.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Andy's not expecting a big plate, right? So he orders that and a fucking breakfast sandwich. And they bring him this plate out, and then so Eric walks up. I wasn't there. Eric walks up, and sees Andy's eating, and the waitress comes by with another plate thinking she's dropping off, so she hands it to Andy. He's got a fucking breakfast sandwich now.
So I got this massive breakfast. I mean, I got a loaf of bread in front of me. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a fucking 3/4 of a loaf of bread.
Well, it's 2 slices, but whatever.
Well, and then I had the sandwich.
Oh, then you had the sandwich, yes.
So it's you know,
He's got
it's
some
half
shit.
a loaf of bread, you know, eggs, bacon, and I'm expecting 2 pieces of bacon with this $10 breakfast, you
Wow.
know, and so now I got like double the food that I wanted, but I was hungry. I'm like 2 eggs and a piece of toast and bacon ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like normally when I order like the bacon and egg breakfast, I'll order a side. I'll ask. I'll have a side. How many on the side of bacon? They'll say 2 or 4. And I'm like, if it's 4, I'm like, yeah, give me another side of bacon. Now I got a little meal.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to absorb some of this stuff. Stop the alcohol
We need some-
absorption
some
I can
grease. We
continue
need some
going,
grease.
right? You know. And so I'm like, well, just give me a sandwich and this and that. I don't give it. And then they bring it out. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't eat.
He didn't eat the rest of the day.
I didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't
that's
eat
the
until
one
9
time
o'clock
fill
at
up.
night
Yeah.
when we went out.
Oh, we
back
went to that place in
yeah.
Detroit. That was, I mean, that steak. That what I don't remember what I don't. All I know is I threw up my glass because you guys made
We
me
went
have
to
tequila.
this Greek restaurant supposed to be kind of fine dining, and it was not.
It was not.
Not even the Greek. I mean, I'm Lebanese, the Greek. You know, I mean, nothing was. I don't think anything was good. Was anything good?
I don't remember. All I remember is you guys made me do a shot of tequila, and I immediately threw it right back up into the same glass that it came out.
We
of.
didn't make him do a shot of tequila. We ordered a vodka soda and a tequila soda, and they brought us out 2 tequila sodas and dropped it in front of Mike. And he
Oh, maybe that was it. I don't
That's all.
remember.
That's what it was. So it sits
Don't
in front
remember.
of Mike, and I'd take a drink of mine, and Mike's like, takes one drink, goes, that's not vodka, that's tequila. I'm like, no, it's not. Mine's tequila. Yours is vodka. And he's like, no, it's tequila. Took one more.
Because I told him, I said, I can't do tequila.
I
They're
can't
like,
do
oh, just
tequila.
try it, just try it. I'm like, and now we find out
I
why
would have
Mike
puked
doesn't
on
do.
their shoes.
Well, no, I'm not that kind of a guy.
Well,
I mean, at least I wasn't then.
Detroit was cool.
Detroit was awesome.
We liked Detroit.
Detroit Airport's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
screwed
sat
that
out.
up.
We spent time in Detroit Airport.
We sat out front and watched cars. It was fun.
Yeah, well, I was
I was
at
smoking
Detroit,
cigar.
and I bought some cool stuff.
And we
from
got to go to
Detroit.
the Sloppy Crab. Well, we went outside the Sloppy
Oh, you
Crab.
gotta love a
which
sloppy
got a
crab.
Sloppy Crab.
Yeah.
I don't know what their menu looks like.
I found
but
Roy's new spot.
You like seafood, don't you, Roy?
Fuck you, Andy. I love it.
So, yeah.
I could say it, but I like Roy too much. I won't.
Yeah. No, we just saw the sign, and I don't remember where we were walking to. Were we walking back to the bus or the.
No, that was the. Yeah.
Why-
No, that was from the bus to the.
To the restaurant.
No,
I'm hearing somebody on.
no, that's when we were in Detroit.
Is your phone going off?
Someone's phone's going off.
That was when we got.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
That's when we got off the bus in Detroit, and we were walking to wherever it was we were going in Detroit.
Wherever we ended
Yeah.
up.
So how did you get from Detroit to Canada?
There's a bus that goes under the water,
Yeah.
under the tunnel, and then we walk to the bus station, take the bus underneath, and did we walk from there or did we take an Uber that time?
We walked.
We walked. I don't remember. I don't fucking remember.
Walked. Because she said it was 2 blocks down. Remember, we went the wrong
No,
direction.
don't
again.
remember.
Yeah, so we got
No,
off.
no clue.
So it goes underneath and it drops us off at the Marriott right there or something.
Well, it's right outside the frickin' giant General Motors
General
frickin'
Motors building.
center.
Yeah.
Frickin' it's
It's
huge.
like a
it's
four
huge.
round tower. I got the picture
Fucking
of it.
giant
Yeah,
fucking
towers.
structure. That's
Yeah.
that's why fucking General Motors is broke as shit because they're paying for that
facilities?
fucking building.
Yeah.
When everybody
they've-
can
they've
can
probably
work from
owned it
home.
for a while.
Yeah, they it's probably paid off by now. Is what you're saying? They've depreciated that building.
Yeah,
over there
yeah.
20 years. But it's beautiful though.
It
It's
is.
fucking beautiful.
Well, we had a fantastic time in Vegas.
Well, I took pictures
was-
of that building.
Ate some
and I don't see
fantastic
anything.
food.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, Vic and Anthony's is our favorite restaurant. And
Ate there 2 nights in a row.
yeah, Roy doubled up.
Yeah, it was.
Is that inside the
shit.
Nugget? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
that's
is
the
that the-
General Mills building. There's like what 1, 2, 3. There's like 5 towers. There.
Yeah.
And we're right across.
Well, you
from
got to have
there.
one for Cadillac because they can't share.
Right,
You
right.
know, and then GM and Chevy, maybe they can share like a lobby space, but not
But
the
not-
tower.
not their
the
building.
tower.
they share parts, and that's
They share parts. Yeah.
The GM costs a whole lot more than the Chevy.
Well, yeah, because they're exclusive
Yeah.
to them. But
Except the
But
interchangeable
holy shit,
part.
we back to Vegas. Originally, we were going just to go down for the Eagles concert.
yes, that's right.
Holy shit!
I've heard that was good. I had somebody posted on Facebook that they were there, and it was like the sound and everything was
Yeah,
amazing.
everything was amazing. The band is definitely older They're older.
Well, they have to be.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause time.
Glenn
Yeah,
Fry.
that's time.
Glenn Fry was great, and he was not the young 1970s Eagles.
No, 50 years later.
And Joe Walsh
Yes.
was definitely struggling, but he still plays the guitar like a madman. And actually, Glenn Fry's son is now in the band, is one of the lead vocal and guitar players.
Really?
And the country guy, not Travis Tripp.
They play Hotel California?
Vince Gill.
They opened with Hotel California.
Nice.
You know it's a fucking awesome concert when they open with
Yeah.
their most iconic song.
Yeah, exactly.
It started, I got just about a minute of the video of the opening, and they started playing. I'm going, they're going to play fucking Hotel California on the first song. And I'm like, holy shit.
What are they going to end with?
So
And
the,
they-
Take care, Paul.
See you later,
Hey,
Paul.
brother.
Good one.
And they did an encore, a 4-song encore. It was 2 hours, and it was every song that you ever knew that they done,
Really?
and on top of Glenn Fry songs.
Vince Gill.
Vince Gill, thank you. Vince Gill is part of the Eagles
I'm
now.
here to help.
He sung a lot, and their closing song was Lion Eyes.
Nice.
Which was
so not to be the one upper in any respects at all.
No.
But my first concert I ever went to, I was with John Osland, by the way.
Shocking.
And his mom decides she wants to go to the Eagles concert, so she takes it up to the Supersonics, the old
Up in Seattle?
Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah,
You know,
the old dome.
the old dome, right? And we go up there and see the Eagles,
that would probably
original Eagles, right?
in what 19 what?
God, well, 15, so I was 1990.
Okay, so they were still relevant.
Yeah,
They were still-
they're
yeah,
relevant,
yeah.
right? And we go up there. They play 3 encores. They play for 3.5 hours.
Wow.
So they play, right, and they walk off the stage, right, their final thing, and everyone stands up and roars. I've never been to a concert before in my life, and you know I'm 15 years old, and everyone roars and claps and roars. They come back on, play a few more sets. Then they go off 3 times. They come back. It was 3.5 hour concert.
Yeah,
It was
these
like
guys need to go to.
epic.
They need to go to bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, even they're old then.
Yeah.
In 1990, they're old then.
Well, 1990 was what we got.
Well, he started off in the
35 years ago, 34 years ago.
yeah.
70s. Yeah, I remember.
They were
old then.
They were in their 50s then.
Yes, 50 or 60.
They were our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yours.
Yeah.
Not yours, Roy.
No, well, they're the same age. A little bit older.
Now they are.
Yeah, they're a little bit older.
But great concert. I highly recommend anybody goes to Vegas, go to the Sphere, and watch a concert there if you can afford it, because
You're looking anywhere from
$400 to the
$1,200.
$2,000
Yeah.
for tickets. $400, you're going to be in a decent area. And if you get the budget Uber Eats or whatever the hell that Grubhub, I don't know, the discounted site, you could probably get some really, really nosebleed section for like $100. But it is, I mean, when I looked up above, I don't know how many stories that son of a bitch is, but it's all of it.
It's huge.
I could
Holds
look up
something like
above and see
18,007.
people about a quarter-inch tall. It's how far that it is up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take elevators and escalators for days to get to the very top, and you're sitting forward. I mean, you're not. You
It's
don't-
like in that fucking carnival ride where it's going over, flying over the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
You're this freaking,
Yeah.
Because, and I imagine every seat is a good seat.
Oh, absolutely.
the way
And
they've got it
you know,
arranged.
bigger seats, so you can spread out a little bit.
You get you your cheeseburger and fries going on there.
I had taquitos,
No, no.
taquitos, and like
That's a good one.
a margarita and a what else did I have? Some drink that they made and
One of
and
their
then-
specialty
and then
fucking-
a cran out or a cran vodka.
You know, for the UTI issues.
Yeah, I had all of them because I sent Rhonda to go to she had to go to the bathroom. I said, I'm just gonna get a bite to eat and get a drink. Well, I ordered 2 drinks for myself, and she comes back with 2.
No.
So,
How much were the drinks?
oh fuck.
More than the ticket to get in?
Yes. Well, the ticket didn't cost me
the
shit.
club that
So
we were at.
$28 a drink.
That's
$28
not bad.
bucks.
That's not bad.
With the
though.
commemorative cup.
So how many commemorative cups you got now?
Maybe it
Dodger
was
Stadium.
38.
Dodger Stadium for a double was $36.
Yeah, that
$36 for a double at
These
Dodger
were $38, not $28.
I'll tell you, a beer at the Michigan Stadium was $13.50.
Yeah.
I probably had.
take care.
And he's
See you,
out.
brother.
I gotta get my son.
Have a good one.
You're gonna be back over at your place later.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, I probably had 10 beers there because you can only get 2 at a time.
Hey,
Hey, you.
the Irish mobster's here.
Happy birthday.
So the seating capacity is 18,006
At the Sphere.
at the Sphere.
And they had all of them filled.
75,000 square feet of space, 18.6 seats, standing room for 20,000 people. The outside dome is 30%.
So standing room for another 20. So that's 38,000 people you can fit inside that motherfucker.
I don't know where they would stand at.
Oh,
On the, well, they probably
Fucking-
chairs.
They probably had some
Low.
decks or where we were down up. I wouldn't say we were up front, but
well, I
we
would
were
imagine
close.
kind of like how football stadium, where your food vendors are. You got people where the entryways.
Yeah,
people
yeah,
will
yeah,
stand
yeah,
there. And,
Yeah,
but that's how Michigan Stadium was too. There was not a bad seat in that fucking place.
the outside part, the exosphere, is 30% taller than the interior dome.
There you go.
The roofs required 3,000 tons of steel to
What?
construct.
Watch this video.
shit.
You people can watch too.
Yeah. That is crazy. And what sucks about that is now you're just watching the video and listening to the music.
That's what I was
You know,
doing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be. So I only recorded like a minute of this. I didn't want to be that asshole
That
holding
guy
my
on
phone
the phone
up.
up the whole time.
Yeah,
Because you know they're
because I was there to enjoy the concert.
because you can see all the glowing phones in the,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
audience. No, I've heard amazing
But
things.
watch
from
the
people.
watch the when the car pulls in there. It's a short video. It's like less than a minute now. Everybody can see I'm holding on my phone so Michael
Yeah.
can watch it because apparently
Yeah.
his arms are fucking broken.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold your phone up.
No.
That's your phone. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
What I should probably do is.
Oh, and he's off now.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Wow.
I mean, the video shit was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there was one point when Joe Walsh did what's that song? Life's
Life's been good to me.
been good to me. We were sitting there, and it was you're looking at the screen all the way around you, and it was high-rise apartment buildings. They had rugs and laundry hanging off the side of it. Lights were flicking on and stuff, and you're like in it. It's almost like 360 degrees.
well, it's a
and
sphere, so it's
a
pretty
sphere.
close to
But
it.
I could not see behind me.
Yeah. Well, you could, but you have to turn around.
Right, I'd have to turn around. And next thing you know, this building starts moving, and it's like
Did it fuck with like your equilibrium and all
fuck
that
yeah,
shit?
it did.
Yeah.
And the building started like falling into the ground, and all the windows and shit are going and going and going and going, and it just kept on going. And then you look up, and there's fucking Joe Walsh on video on stage in the middle of this open area, playing the guitar and shit, and all of a sudden it just crashes into the ground, and it feels like you're falling.
Wow.
And then there he is, just on the screen, just freaking jamming out.
That is cool.
It was absolutely amazing. I wish Roy could have been there, but
He wasn't.
apparently 4 tickets were not in the budget for
For Joe.
Joey, which is fine. They had, spread the wealth. I was just lucky to be 1 and 2,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's. Yeah.
but it was, and then everything that we did down there, good time hanging out with everybody. Ron, his uncle, and
When did you guys come back Sunday also? or-
Monday.
Monday.
Monday
so
night.
yesterday
Yeah.
or 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we came in Sunday. It was
long weekend.
Fucking, I was like, I gotta fucking sleep for 2 days now because it's
Yeah, well, we didn't get down Vegas till midnight, 12:30.
We got downtown about 12:30.
Yeah. By the time we put our shit in our room and go downstairs and look at each other and we walked down to Coney Dog.
Yeah, walked down to Coney Dog, and it was fun because
At 2 o'clock in the
it was
morning.
still Halloween.
It was still Halloween.
and
Oh, I bet everybody was
all the
Yeah.
girls wearing their half.
Yeah.
all their slutty,
It
all
was hard to-
all the slutty costumes.
Yeah, it was hard to tell the difference between the hookers and the slutty girls, and we figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, they carry themselves differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can tell the amateurs.
yeah.
So-
Yeah, they just walk by and go, rookie.
Yeah, exactly. Like you ain't no challenge, girl. Come
Yeah. Yeah, you'll give a hand job for $10. I'm going to charge you $100.
Yeah.
on. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
I did get.
speaking of hand jobs, look, I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
My brother and I are standing out there on the street, and the street.
It
On
used
Fremont.
to be one.
The Fremont Street, where it's still
Where there's no
technically, I
cars.
guess, a street, but
And we're standing out there, and this
Cobblestone.
woman comes out of the Nugget, and she started talking to me while she was inside, and I going, huh? And she walked out, and she goes, "You waiting for me?" And I went, "No." And she, well, and then she ended up walking off. And she looked at my brother, "You?" Jimmy goes, "No."
Was she like
No.
decent looking.
She was okay looking.
She was golden nugget.
But she
she was the off strip
She was
version.
not the Aria.
was
No.
the Caucasian variety.
Oh, she was the non-Caucasian?
No, she was Caucasian.
Oh, was she Caucasian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, white girls need to work too.
They do. Yeah, and apparently they're stuck on downtown.
Yeah.
That's like they're like the day shift of the fucking strip
Well,
club.
I've seen them down on the strip too.
I've seen
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
you
of them down.
can't not see it, even though it's illegal down there.
Yeah,
But whatever.
The high-end ones, like the Aria, the Cosmo,
Yeah.
those girls, exactly.
Oh yeah, they're not shy about it.
Yeah, no, they're not. And they
Well,
what do they
sit
get? They get told to leave.
They just sit
stick
around a bar and
right. They throw a $20 bill on a machine and they freaking slow play the shit out of it until they find their mark, and
Yep.
then they go looking after them,
Yeah.
making conversation.
I remember when the Navy went to Vegas. A bunch of us went to Vegas one time from San Diego, and sitting at the bar. And this is back early '90s, and I won a couple $100. I was up a little bit, and this scantily clad woman sits down next to me at the bar and is like, "So how's things going for you?" I'm like, "Fucking great. Yeah, I'm up. She's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "How much?" I'm like, $185. And she's like,
That ain't no.
and she got up and walked away. I'm like, okay. Like,
That's not enough.
you need to hang out where the Asians are at. And
Yeah. They got all the money.
I'm up about 14 grand. Then they'll sit down.
Oh, they're
They're
going to
gonna
sit
sit-
down.
yeah.
And magically, it's $14,000 to have her.
Yeah, they will
But
separate you
I
from
like
that.
playing. I like playing the game with Rhonda when we're walking around or in the casino. It's like play hooker or not hooker.
Yeah.
And one will walk by and I go hooker, and she goes no. I go, babe, that's a hooker. How can you tell? I just know these things.
So how do you prove it though? Do you go ask them afterwards?
No, you don't.
You don't prove it.
When they look at you and they kind of give you a little wink or a little
They
head
make
nod.
eye contact,
Yeah,
yeah.
when they're making eye contact, because no really, let's say, non-working professional girl is going to look at me and give me the old eye contact. I mean, I'll get like a smile, like hi, but. The
Yeah,
eye
for the most- well, for the most part,
when you
if-
get eye fucked for a minute.
For first, if they're not working and they're just walking to the casino, they're going someplace and they're focused on that. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not looking for a freaking whatever you call it,
We
a
used
John.
to, during the summertime, we'd spend a little bit more time outside.
Yeah.
And we'll see the walk of shame on the
In the morning.
In the mornings, yeah.
girls and or hookers where they're walking out and they're shoving panties in their purse and they look like they just got fucking railed, which they did. Mm-hmm. It's kind of fun.
One can only hope.
Yeah, someone had a good night,
Well, it might take. I mean,
and it probably wasn't them because they really can give a fuck.
yeah,
less.
it's a transactional experience. But my thought is, okay, why are they there once it's done? It's like the reason you don't pay for sex, you pay for them to leave afterwards, right?
That's my understanding.
So
Yeah.
why are you still there when the sun is getting up?
Well, maybe they worked all night.
Oh, maybe there was a last shift.
I got the 3 to.
Fuck it, yeah.
the
When
3
you're
to
like when you're
7.
driving for Uber, you'll be like, I'm gonna do 10 drives tonight, and then I'm done.
Then I'm outta here,
Then
yeah.
I'm out of here. So that was the 10th.
Yeah, could have been.
I don't know what else we got going on for.
Oh, so so I had some things. I had notes.
Monday, Veterans Day,
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, coming up. Yeah.
I got some notes. I
Armistice
took
Day.
some notes.
Armistice Day.
11/11.
So, and I don't remember what that note
Oh, next
means.
week the family's coming in too. So
Oh, that's right.
So have you guys seen about that squirrel peanut in New York?
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay.
I mean, the guy.
Well, but
He's all upset.
I don't
there
know
was
anything.
Something went viral about a guy with a
so,
squirrel.
So he had this guy in New York.
Adopted.
Well, this baby squirrel's fucking whatever, mama squirrel got hit by a car, so this guy brought this squirrel in and
Okay.
raised it.
It sounds like
and it
a
was
nice
his pet.
thing.
And then apparently one of his neighbors dropped off a pet fucking raccoon.
And ate the squirrel.
The raccoon ate it. Oh,
No.
It didn't.
But
worse than
so he had
no.
he had Peanut the squirrel for a while, and then apparently the NY whatever Wild Animal Coalition whatever showed up in like SWAT gear
And they
because
took the
it's
squirrel?
it's illegal to have wild animals, what defines wild animal, but
Right.
took the squirrel and the raccoon,
euthanized.
and then euthanized them.
No.
Because that was the better option for them.
That's fucked up.
So, yeah.
There
so
wasn't a
this
little
is-
petting zoo that they could have took Peanut to?
They could have taken him
They could've.
someplace to some.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, so-
But and to look at it from the other direction is it's illegal to have those fucking things.
Well, yes, but
So you go send it to a farm like Wildlife Images.
yeah.
Let it go, and then the hawk will get it.
So my thing is though, does
fucking horrible.
the law enforcement in New York City not have where's Pine City, New York? Is that?
It's up outside of New York.
Got to be outside of New York.
Yeah.
New York.
So,
New York, New York.
so yeah, so raccoon was known as Fred, was also seized from Longo's home and euthanized.
See, that's bullshit. You know
Yeah, they
what?
should've
That
let
guy
him-
wasn't fucking hurting anybody.
Well, they should have let the thing go to a farm.
Yeah.
Upstate, which is what it did actually.
Well, for an hour until the fucking
Well, yeah, but
till the
that's
till the
what-
poison gas hit him.
Where did the cat go? Well, we went
What did the
far
what did
already.
the what does the fox say?
I don't know. What is the
That's,
fuck
that's
that?
that song from back
know.
fucking 10 years ago.
Red Fox?
No, Red Fox is dead.
Yeah.
Been dead for a while.
Stop breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow, that makes me sad now. That's fucked up.
Well, yeah, it is. It guy
There's
shouldn't
a
have.
special spot in hell for people like that.
Yeah, but right off the bat, he shouldn't have had the fucking squirrel.
Well,
either.
agreed, but
But when you go just the I can see the wild animal ordinances for if you got a cougar
well, yeah,
or even
yeah.
like a fucking
a giraffe.
a giraffe or some shit to where but a squirrel
I'd
is,
have to raise my roof.
so is
Big skylight.
Yeah,
how much so if you've got a squirrel
three of
that
them.
you've raised from brand new that doesn't know any other life, how different is it from having a pet cat?
Or a fucking snake.
I don't like snakes.
I don't like him either.
Yeah, I'd fuck one though if you held it straight enough. I would.
yeah.
You got to hold his head, too.
I'd fuck that snake.
I knew
I'd
a
fuck
girl.
the shit out of
I
that
knew a
snake.
girl like that years ago.
They would fuck a snake?
Oh, absolutely.
Did she have a dick?
No, she didn't. But she,
The snake did?
I'm
As
sure.
long as it was stiff.
Do snakes have dicks?
No, I don't think.
How do snakes copulate?
I don't know. Wow, I mean, that's the chicken and an egg question, I suppose.
No, it's a snake and a fucking whatever.
No, it's not chicken.
But snakes lay eggs, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
yes,
So they've got to be fucked before the eggs come
Well,
out because they're going to be
the
fertilized.
pecker on a rooster is very small, too, apparently.
Yeah, but they can also fucking pound fucking like nonstop. They get off one hand, jump on another one.
they're-
They're fucking the reboot time is fucking impressive. It's got like chicken Viagra in their fucking feed or something. When you put those oyster shells, I think is what it is. Those
that's
oyster
gotta be
shells
it.
in their feed. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, that's the question is, how do snakes? I don't fucking know. I'm still upset about Peanut.
yeah. I am too. That's.
That's
Well, it
I'm just saying
happened
this-
while we were gone.
We have so little police officer resources.
and we're going to use
We're going
SWAT
to use it for that instead
Yeah.
of the crackhead, that crack
It's a-
dealer that's fucking
yeah.
3 apartments down.
I don't know where they're Pinecrest or
Well, they did the same thing when back in the early 2000s when there was that the family of refugees was coming over from Cuba or someplace over there on the boat, and the parents, that thing capsized, and a fisherman boat or whatever got the kid, and he survived. And so they brought him to family in Miami or whatever,
Okay.
and they had freaking SWAT, and actually it was not SWAT, it was the federal side of INS or whatever, but SWAT gear, everything on, go into this family's thing to get this Cuban kid
Really?
from the, and they had video of him being in a closet in the frickin' M16s or ARs, whatever they have, and frickin' trained on him. Of course, the news cameras were there, so how set up was that? But
Right.
But again, why?
Yeah. And
You know why you've got an 8-year-old or 10 or whatever? I'm gonna look that up too because I'm
Yeah.
Elon Gomez or some shit like that.
That's bullshit. That's
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's use some sensibility on some shit.
oh, come on.
I know.
then you
Well,
go thinking again. You should stop that. God damn it, G.
I know. I apologize. I digress.
I digress.
Yeah, Elian Gonzalez.
Oh, that was years and years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a Cuban. Well, now he's a Cuban. No, maybe that's the wrong
What?
guy.
Well, hello.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, he became a.
Thank you, federal government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 23 years ago. Yeah. So now he's a fucking He's a politician now.
Where?
In Miami.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Because in basic, Elian Gonzalez has the same big expressive eyes he did 20 years ago when an international custody battle transformed him into a face of a long strain relationship because basically U.S. and Cuba used him. Now 29 years old, Gonzalez is stepping into Cuban politics, so he's in Cuba.
Oh.
He recently entered his country's Congress with hopes of helping people at a time of record immigration and heightened tension between the two seaside neighbors.
Yeah, why is it there? Since, they better hurry up and do it before January. But why aren't the Cuban boats coming across like before?
Well, because Carter's not in charge anymore. He didn't tell him to open your prisons.
It's like 90 miles.
No, it's you could swim it if you had to.
I'm not going to, but
no, I won't. Yeah, there's no reason.
But 55-gallon drum or something.
Yeah. Well, they've done that.
They have those in Lake Mead.
Yeah, they do. They sure do. Yeah, they float on the bottom.
Yeah, they float on the bottom.
So he and his mother were aboard a boat of Cuban migrants headed toward Florida when the boat capsized in the Florida Straits, which they all do. His mother and 10 others died while Gonzalez, tied to an inner tube, drifted in open water until his rescue.
Wow.
He was granted asylum under U.S. refugee rules at the time. Gonzalez went to live with his great uncle, a member of the Cuban exile community in Miami that is often a center of fierce criticism of Cuba's government. So yada, yada, yada. But yeah, they did a thing back and forth about... So Attorney General Janet Reno ruled that the boy should be returned to his father, but Gonzalez's relatives refused. So then armed immigration agents seized Gonzalez in the Miami phone, and the photo later won a Pulitzer Prize.
Wow. Well,
my understanding is if they're in the water and they step foot on
land, yeah, they got immunity.
Then they can stay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I think at one point in time it was. Yeah, all they had to do is hit the beach.
Okay, now I got a question for you.
Okay.
So that's why you put razor wire on barrels out there.
We're going to bring up some shit, and I'm ready.
Some cigars. Obama opened up Cuba.
Yes.
And Trump shut it down.
Yes.
Why?
Just
show him he could?
No, I think it was the pure fact of Russia, honestly. Everybody says that Donald was, President Donald Trump was buddy-buddy with Russia, and he wasn't, and he's still not. It's your enemy. Keep your enemies closer and your friends closer than that. That they don't want to play the rules for the United States. So they didn't. Cuba still wants to be a dictatorship. They still want to depress and keep their citizens oppressed. So Trump's like, well, fuck you. I don't need to send any money in there. I don't need to support your economy for communist Cuba. So I think that's why he shut it down. I don't think it had anything to do with him being pissed. It's just that I'm not going to fucking support you. Yeah. So that's without me really digging into. I don't have a problem. I think it should be fucking over and done with. But they got to. Their government is so oppressive on their people.
Oh yeah.
That it is, and it should be. It's a beautiful fucking place.
If you want a ¡57 Chevy,
no, that's the place to go.
Yeah. Well, the parts are getting kind of slim and.
Well, baling wire but also a lot of them take that fucking engine out and throw diesel in it.
I had a business partner, not a partner, but when I was in the roofing industry, one of my contractors would fly into Mexico, and then he would go from Mexico into Cuba,
right?
And he would spend a couple months during the winter. He was a contractor out of Washington, so wintertime was not.
It's a waste up.
He built his business so he didn't have to be there in the winter.
Yeah,
he could actually enjoy.
We're almost at that point here.
Yes, so Cuba. He would go to Cuba for like 3 months. Oh, you got lunch today?
I got lunch today.
Okay. So I think that's the big reason why for Cuba.
Well, he was basically he didn't want U.S. money funding the Cuban government.
Right, and that was correct. And Obama opened it up, thinking that might encourage
them to choose a better path.
And no different. And I don't think the Biden administration even rethought about it because it's kind of like the whole cannabis thing, which was nice to hear because typically the Republicans are anti-cannabis, or they want to believe in the Schedule One. They don't believe in it, but on the business side of it,
politically they don't believe in it. But I know a shitload of Republicans.
they all do.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
So one great thing when I was
not all of them, but yeah, a lot.
I was listening to JD Vance on Rogan.
Yep.
Yeah, we're coming after you, Joe. We'll have them on our show next. That Rogan he's very pro cannabis, which is great because he freaking smokes up and he's an amazing individual. And he was talking to JD about it, and he's like, wow, I really didn't think of it that way. Yeah. He opened his mind to understanding about the cannabis world, and he was very receptive about it, which was cool.
Rogan or
Vance?
Vance. He was very receptive. He's like, I never really thought of it about this way, because their whole thought pattern is, weed is bad. Drug bad.
Reefer madness.
Yeah.
Reefer madness.
And he was saying and Rogan's going, there's so many good medical reasons for this, for legal cannabis.
And it's not so, to me, it's not so much because, I listen to Joe Rogan quite a bit, but to me, in my mind, and also he's pointed out the kind of things, it is not so much of the medical reasons. It's all about, first off, there's not anything really negative about it, other than the dude that just wants to hang on his couch and smoke weed all day.
Right.
They're not violent felons. They're not fucking robbing banks to feed their habit.
Yeah.
Because they can grow their own shit without any much effort. And it's a personal choice.
And the whole Republican side of it, and I disagree with that's part of the part of my party that I don't agree with, is that they say that Schedule 1, it's bad, yada yada yada, that it's a gateway drug. I don't know too many potheads that turn to methamphetamines or heroin.
No,
it's a totally different high.
No, what turns you to methamphetamines and heroin is our fucking prescription drug.
Prescription pills,
absolutely. But Big Pharma is funding our U.S. government, so they're never going to go again. And that's why, too, is there things like marijuana and other natural type drug, psilocybin and things like that.
Right.
MDMA that can help people. They are against, and they will never, in the near future, be off Schedule 1 because the pharmaceutical companies are funding our media companies and our federal. I mean, the FDA's budget is like 80% funded by pharmaceutical and Nestle.
Well, let's hope that Rogan got through to JD on.
Well, JD's going to be the next president.
He will.
He's propping himself up, and he presents himself well.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it happens within 4 years.
Well.
Within 4 years?
Yeah.
Like the 2028?
They'll pull a 25th Amendment on Trump.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, we thought, and honestly, and I understand what you're saying. I also thought they were going to do it with Joe, and they actually did to
a point. Yeah.
The way they worked Kamala in.
Yeah, they worked her in. It was easier to work her in, and it was a mistake. What the Democratic Party should have done is 25th amended the president, Joe, brought her in as the president. She would have probably
and then had
won
a primary
and have a real solid campaign. Because I mean, at one point in time, her numbers were looking solid. I was sitting there
the first week that she was appointed, but then she started to talk again.
Yeah, she started talking,
and they started restricting her on her availability. And to me, that's the biggest telltale sign.
Right,
when you're not allowing her to do things, she was supposed to go on Rogan, but they gave Rogan and they said, hey, you're not doing it in your studio. You're going to come here,
right,
in only 1 hour.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck that. That's not how I do it.
I'm not going to play that game with
Trump and Vance went to his studio for 3 hours apiece.
Yeah.
And
that's like
just
being on Three Guys
no
and Sometimes
script.
Bob.
Yeah. No, and it was great. And they did fine. If she's not capable of doing that, what does that tell you?
They were worried about and because every time she say something, it would be.
Well, no, she needs to be scripted.
And she blew many, many opportunities.
Well, she blew Willie Nelson. Not Willie Nelson. What's his name? Willie Jones? Willie Brown.
Willie Brown.
She blew him too. But she might have blown Willie Nelson. I don't know.
If she would have just she was on The View, and that was probably one of the big pivotal points when they asked The View, Kamala, what are you going to do different than what Joe Biden done in his administration?
And she
sits back and goes, I can't think of a thing that I would do different. Yeah. Right there, I think she lost. If any Republican was ever thinking about voting a black female president into office, going, okay, I can live with this.
Yeah.
They went, what the fuck was that?
And even you're undecided. You're undecided.
Yeah,
Right
you're
there,
undecided.
right. The ones that are on the fence, and that's what I think a lot of those.
And Trump got those.
Yeah, a lot of those. What are they calling the fucking key state things? Whatever the
battleground.
the fucking battleground states.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what sealed his win on all of those battlegrounds. Because
they're looking. I don't know if they've called any more states.
Well, he
because
got
we're
Michigan
here,
earlier. He
but-
got Michigan earlier when I was before I came down.
And Wisconsin's the one to put him over the top. But
Yeah.
they're saying that he could end up with like 300.
Yeah, he was at 292 last time I saw it.
Okay, 292.
Was
So
the
no,
last
he's
when I
going to go
left-
over
When I left
300.
Casablanca, it was 292.
And I think that she just missed. I think the whole campaign missed a lot of opportunities that would have been in a much favorable. And I'm not, by all means, I would never vote for her, but I understand politics. I understand that people need to have a good choice, and I don't think the Democratic Party gave a good choice.
No.
And it was 100 days.
Well, I don't think they had a good choice. They had no. I mean, once Biden was done.
Yeah, but they did have good choices. I mean, if you want to look at a very strongly popular, now this makes me afraid. Now, mention this to Roy. Look at Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like him. I don't like his politics, but what a handsome man.
Yeah.
You know, he is.
He presents himself. Too.
He does present himself. He's very polished.
Smart as fuck.
And well,
He is smart as fuck, but not common sense.
yeah.
When you clean up
We're-
San Francisco area for the Chinese guy, and then your
then-
excuse is, well, you clean your house when your friends come over.
Right.
Well, no, I clean my house before it gets dirty.
I'm going to be interested to see how California reacts after, because it went all blue. It really did.
Yeah.
I mean, the Republicans got voted in because they were in Republican areas.
Yeah.
San Diego,
Yeah,
San
the normal
Bernardino,
military areas.
Right. Are you out of here, brother? Hey, remember, I love you.
I love you too. Take care.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Be good, Michael.
See you, brother. But yeah, no, it's
shit, there's candy.
the whole party's here
The
now.
whole party's here. We're going to party like rock stars.
I'm gonna run inside and grab a drink.
Okay, do we want to go do a commercial break?
Yeah, I'll put a. So yeah, so
Okay, we're back.
After
Welcome back.
a little pause that nobody listening noticed.
Nobody even noticed it.
Yeah, so
Except for we forgot what the fuck we were talking
we
about.
weren't talking
Politics,
about-
maybe.
So what's funny is, and I was just talking to Brittany in there, and it deduced that regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, whether you're happy or sad that Trump won or lost or whatever, Facebook is so much more fun for the next month. Facebook is to be so
Well,
much more fun for the next month.
And to be honest with you, what I'm really, and I did something that I normally wouldn't do. So last night and I did this morning also. So when Trump got announced, and he made it, at 11 o'clock at night when they said, okay, he's got enough, and Wisconsin came through, and there's a sigh of relief in our household. Ron is like, oh fuck, thank God.
I can do business again.
Right,
Seriously.
because interest rates are at 7% and 8% currently right now through Fed rate.
Yeah.
And
How many mortgages are you going to write? Big dollar
not a
mortgages
lot,
for that.
not a lot.
Nobody
And
can
it's-
afford it.
And then there's some banks doing some really crazy shit where there's.
They have to.
I'm not saying what bank it is, but there's a bank here locally that is offering like 5% loans on homes. And I'm like, how can they do that? I said, why can't your bank do that? She goes, we're not fucking stupid.
Well, look at the fine print, though.
Oh, absolutely.
What does
So-
that fine print say?
Yeah.
What kind of balloon payment's going to happen in 10 years?
Something crazy
that
is
nobody knows.
So now we have an opportunity where Trump's going to get in there and it's like going to lower. He's made his promises, and guess what? I believe he's going to make his promises come true. It's going to work out great for everybody. We're
and
going to get our economy
if
back.
he can bring Elon in for government efficiency,
Oh, that dude's brilliant.
seriously.
I mean, they're saying he's the Einstein of our generation.
He is.
And
He's a fucking alien.
Yeah,
He's from a different
he's gotta be a fucking
He's got
alien.
some alien tech that he brought with him, but yeah, he's just. And I don't care. A lot of people don't like him for political reasons.
Yeah.
And most people don't even know what he's done.
Right.
But he is just his thought processes.
yeah,
He's from a different. He's in a fucking different world.
way above us.
He wants to colonize Mars because he wants to go home. I think. I think that's what it is. He wants to go home.
He's gonna build
got
himself
an
a house.
He's got some uncles and shit over there.
Yeah.
Cousins, maybe
They're on
they,
the dark side of Mars.
Yeah. Maybe they've got a football pool he's got to collect on. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
Right.
but,
But it was just switching back and forth. I was switching from Fox News, and then I would go over to but what Trump calls MSN, DNC.
yeah.
And
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And it was so disheartening to listen as I'm watching, and they're just bad. I mean, Trump obviously was awarded. He won all the electors. He got all the shit, and they're going, he is such a horrible person. He's going to be, I mean, just instead of going, look, this is who the American people chose. Don't bash. Don't bash.
Well, especially when you're supposed to be a news outlet.
Right. And everybody on Fox was saying, and there's a gentleman on there who was a senator. It's Ford, that is Democrat. He's one of the Democrats, but he's the nicest man in the world.
He's a moderate Democrat.
He's a moderate Democrat, but believes in democratic values, and he's mentioned that last night. And then you had another senator on there that was no longer in office, and they're going, look, we need to stop the bullshit, and I'm paraphrasing what they meant.
Yeah.
But stop the bullshit that Trump is not going to go after anybody in the Democratic Party. He's going to fire some motherfuckers, and they probably deserve to get fired.
Yeah.
But he's like, they said, just if the Democrats would just stop their bullshit and the Republicans would stop their bullshit and come in the middle and work through all this, we would be a much stronger country.
Well, but you got to look at our government officials. Anybody who's been in, especially the federal level of government, for more than one term.
There was some flip and stuff.
There is some flip and stuff, but they're out for themselves. Otherwise, because you get these fuckers that have been in there for 30 years.
Yeah.
They are been playing the game.
There was a senator, and I don't know if it was Utah or one of the Midwestern areas of states. 18 years.
Yeah.
He was running for his 20th, or whatever session that would be, his 10th session, and he got beat.
Yep.
And people finally realized, like, he hasn't done shit in 18 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's time
They're part of the
to
problem.
move on.
If you've been there this long and you haven't helped, you haven't been part of the solution.
Yeah, we got one of those here in Oregon, DeFazio. I mean, that dude. I guess he's still a politician here. He's in this district. He's in actually.
I don't know if he's still around.
Oh yeah. He's running for re-election probably next year. No one can beat him.
Well,
he
because
he lives in a boat in Washington D.C. in the harbor there, and that's it. That's all. You don't see him on TV. He doesn't.
Yeah, because he's like Eugene and those kind of.
No, he's not as far as Merlin.
He's got a little finger in our freaking area because most of our area.
I think Roy's in his district for where his house is located.
His house is, yeah.
But you don't hear anything from him.
No.
You don't hear anything from the Oregon.
I met with him in D.C. a couple of times.
Well, I'm right because of the
of my healthcare stuff. But it's funny is he came here and he was the first time I went there and his biggest thing was, the Republicans Republican. I'm like, we're not here to talk about the Republic. We're talking about our senior citizens with Medicare. And it was about Obamacare and all this kind of stuff. And he didn't even know. We're here because Obamacare is proposing a, $28 billion cut to the home health benefit.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I didn't even know that. I'm like, isn't that your job?
Yeah,
isn't that your job?
Should know
and
your
so
job.
so then he came here for a town hall, and I went to. And he just talked about how all these things that he was against. And I'm like, you've got some fucking seniority. You've been around a while.
Yeah. You are a state senator.
And you've and
or
you
representative.
Federal.
No, he's a senator.
U.S. No.
Oh, I thought
DeFazio's representative.
Oh, he's representative, but he's a state rate. He's
federal representative.
He goes to Congress.
House of Representatives.
He's a congressman.
Yeah, U.S. representative. But then he went on all these things that he was against that nobody listened to him on or some shit like that. I remember how he worded it. And so my mind is thinking immediately, you are very inconsequential then. If nobody in your house, you've been there for X number of terms, how many decades you've been there, and you can't get people to listen to you, why are you still there?
Right.
Because you're collecting a fucking paycheck.
There's something to say about bringing youth into politics, and there's a lot of great young politicians out. J.D. Vance. I'm not exactly. I got to look up see how old J.D. Vance is.
He's not that old.
He's got to be 50, maybe.
I don't think he's that old.
Really?
Think he's probably low.
We're going to find out.
Probably early 40s.
And
he got way less grade than we got.
Yeah. He's going to be a long living, and I haven't made my bet with Roy. I'm going to prelim the bet.
He's going president next.
He's going to be president in 4 years.
He's going to be 48.
And as far as invoking the 25th on Trump, never going to happen. The dude is sharp. I mean, yeah, he's 80 years old. Okay, great, but he's a rock star at 80.
You listen to him on Rogan's podcast.
Oh,
he was sharp as shit and didn't miss a beat. And
Yeah.
he would go on his tangents, but that's just who he is.
that's just him
He's going
being-
to say stupid shit.
Yeah.
But he's still got his faculties
Holy
together.
shit. JD's 40.
Yeah, as I said, early
40 years old.
He's got
going to
longevity.
be 44. He's going to be one of the youngest
Yeah,
presidents.
him and he's going to. Well, Obama, I think, was the youngest. He was, actually, Kennedy, I think.
Kennedy was,
yeah.
but yeah, he didn't.
He's dead now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he
he's
stopped
dead. He's
breathing
dead. He's
from
dead.
that-
He's dead as fried
from
chicken.
from the
From the magic bullet.
the magic bullet, right?
Yeah, he's
right.
dead as fried chicken.
But you look at Ramaswamy. Have you ever paid attention to Ramaswamy?
I don't like Indian food.
Yeah, but that dude
I mean, I do like Indian food, but
ran a great
Not on a daily
campaign.
basis.
But what stopped him from getting anything?
his
well,
fucking
was-
name. Nobody's going to say
bingo.
President Ramaswamy or
Yeah.
whatever.
But
That's it.
dude,
That's going to fuck him up. But he
dude
was
is
sharp. He
fucking
was sharp.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
he will never be president though, because nobody in South frickin' the Midwest is
Right.
going to be like, I'm going to vote for President Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
No.
And Doug
you need to
Burgum.
be a Smith or a Jacob or a whatever,
right,
or
right, a
something.
Trump
Some good old
event.
frickin' yeah, whatever. But you can't be a Ramaswamy. And
Yeah, yeah, we had an
again,
Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was purely. That was
Yeah.
That was the hope and change era.
Yeah, well,
as we were in the middle of a fucking recession.
Yeah.
And I lost everything, and everybody else lost everything.
Well, and you look at during Obama's reign, he could have come out and single-handedly sort of stopped all the racial bullshit.
no,
he
they
did-
kept on
No,
doing
he
it on
propped
this
it up.
one.
He propped it up. Black Lives Matter thrived, and that became
Yeah.
under Obama's
Didn't
tenure.
see a lot of that during this campaign.
No, because they know it wasn't work. Didn't work.
Yeah,
Everybody
but-
was going to backlash against.
Now I'm going to pull the audience here because we do have an audience.
We do have an audience.
Hey Dan, are they going to start rioting? Do you think the Dems are going to go crazy, or are they going to be quiet?
Are they going
Most
to?
likely.
Are they going to do? So Seattle Airport. We're in Seattle Airport coming back, and me and Andy go in the bathroom to piss. And of course, in the men's room, they've got the tampon machines. So
that's nice.
Well, they've also got you can pay with your credit card to get in these safe space cocoons they've got in the airport.
Oh, really?
They call them workspaces, but I'm like, that's where you eat.
That's the
I'm
jerk
like,
off shack.
Yeah, I'm like, so I told Andy we're in the bath, and it's all filled up, and I'm like, Andy, don't forget your tampons. Free tampon machine.
Free tampon.
And then you can take it to your safe space and fucking swipe your credit card or whatever. But what my thought is, they had these safe space. These fucking basically looks like an old school fucking phone booth, but bigger and
Right.
insulated and air conditioned and all kind of, and it's got like a credit card swiper on the outside. So they've got two that are facing each other. The doors open outwards. I'm the motherfucker who's going to take a broomstick and stick it between those two doors, so motherfuckers inside can't get out.
Yeah.
Because the doors were just fucking. I never saw anybody in them. So, but yeah.
I
so.
suppose if you wanted a quiet space and you wanted to like zone out and jerk off, I suppose.
No,
or
but it
was
was
there glass?
No, there was glass. It was a glass door.
Oh, so you
It was
could
a
see
glass
it, they're
You could
jerking
see
off.
in there. Which whatever. Don't look if you don't want to see me jerking off. But it was it had like it looked like it was like a seated thing and like a tabletop, and it probably had Wi-Fi or a connection
really?
thing. Yeah, it was.
I'll be
It was
down.
made
I've never
for-
seen those.
I've never had to do work that bad to pay to go into a cubicle
Right.
in an airport.
Yeah.
They've got Wi-Fi. I can use my hotspot on my phone, whatever. I don't know how much it costs if you pay by the minute. And what happens if your time runs out? Does the door lock?
Yeah, you're
Are you
locked
locked
inside.
in until you fucking swipe again? Or, I
Right,
don't
right.
know.
You
I
got to
have no idea.
Venmo them.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but it's funny. So on the first flight, when we were leaving, and all the talk came up about the midget porn and all that kind of stuff. Part of what spurred that is the guy. So we're in the flight. It was from here to Salt Lake City. And so we've got the first. So it's the.
You were on
plane-
Delta?
We're on Delta. So
Yeah.
it's the first. It's the flight has got two in the first class section. You've got two seats here and one seat on the left.
Right,
side.
right.
Or the port side, I guess would be for the facing forward. You'd be left. But so Andy and Eric are in the very front row.
Right.
Me and John are right behind them. To the left of them is this guy's got his mask on the whole flight, and that's why I started talking about the porn because I wanted to see his reaction. We're like, and I'm coughing and
Right,
frickin-
right. Being Michael.
Yeah, being me. Yeah. But he kept to himself.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anybody driving in a car by themselves with a mask on is.
Yeah. Well.
They got issues.
Yeah. So.
But no, it was refreshing last night, and I know my Democratic friends, and I still love them, and Roy and I and Bob battle quite a bit, and they understand my view, and
You accept their view. You don't have to understand it.
I can't change their view. I've tried.
Then they have the right to have that view.
Absolutely. That's why we fought wars together and why we went to war, so they could have their thought pattern, and they just need to accept that it's going to be better, because that's, apparently almost 70 million people said we want better and we want different to her 50 million. And that brings me up another thing. Yeah, I want Dan to hear this one too. Last election during the Biden administration.
He's not listening.
I know he's not listening to me.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, quick question. So our last election in 2020, Trump had 80 million votes, and Biden had like 83 million or something. Yeah. That's funny. So did we get less voters this go around? Because Trump's going to hit 70, and Harris is only going to hit like 15. I mean, it makes you wonder. It's like, there is no fucking way 160 million people voted in a population in the United States of 380 million, and now we only get 140 million people to vote? I found it very...
I feel like everybody was more energized this time around.
Yeah.
It would have been...
I've been to the rallies. I saw rallies.
So maybe the dead folks didn't get their ballots in time. Maybe those are not better thing.
All I got to say is I got to thank J. Will over there, for including me in last night and yesterday. We got to go ballot harvest.
Oh.
We got to drive around, and we were not deputized, but we were sworn in at the courthouse to upstand the Constitution of the United States for elections. And so I drove. Jason was shotgun. We were
Were you guys drinking?
No, there was no drinking on board. We were protected. We had, because there's crazies out there. And we did get videotaped one time when we went out to Murphy. They had out there at the old Ray's Market. It was the Hen Valley Market now.
They're gonna drop pods
right.
out there?
So I would stand and I would watch. I mean, I'm protecting the man that is
the postal guy.
Right, and he was not in the postal capacity.
They're not doing it because it's not federal. He's doing it local for the county or whatever.
As a volunteer, and he was, open the box, make sure that there was no bomb inside, and had a bag, and he gathered all the ballots and put it in the bag, and once the bag was full, checked to make sure nothing got hung up, no hanging chads, and then he would take the bag while it was still open, zip it closed, and it had a zip tie thing on it.
Put a seal on it.
And we sealed it.
And you got to write the number down or whatever.
And I watched him and did all this stuff, and he locked it up, and then we moved on. And then that was at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. We did that one. So we did Murphy, Merlin, and
oh shit!
Union.
You hit all the ends of the country.
Yeah, we did all the
drop boxes
for one time, and then last night because they had to get more volunteers, and it was people that we know. That
was it. Most active club guys.
It was active club guys, and his son helped us out. We went to Merlin to the Rays out there by the Dutch brothers, and because we had to sit there and wait, and we got there early to monitor.
Oh, because you had to wait until whatever the drop time, 8 p.m. or whatever.
Right. So we got out of the truck like at 2 minutes to 8. We stood there. I had the phone. I was watching, and when it hit 8 o'clock, I go, okay, open it up. And then if anybody, we didn't have any happen to us, but if anybody was there after 8 o'clock, it would have went into a different envelope.
Oh.
And it was not counted. It would have not been counted. It was collected, but everybody out there, I mean, there was people within up until like maybe 5 minutes to 8 were driving by, dropping their ballots off. But anything after that, and then when you close them out, you unlock it. There's a bar inside that you bring out and you put it on the front of the slot.
It blocks it off.
And it blocks it off, so no one can vote after that.
Ballots my thought is, okay, we got our ballots like 2-3 weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Why the fuck are you waiting until 5 minutes before it closes?
Yeah. Well, the problem is the Republican Party, and this is where I disagree on the right side of the Republican Party, the ultra MAGA and
the extremists.
The extremists. I don't like to use MAGA because it's what's that?
Anagram? Not anagram.
Not an anagram, but
fucking.
Yeah, it means make America great again. That's it. It doesn't mean that I'm MAGA. I want to make my country great again. But they went way, way far right, and it's like, don't fucking vote early. Don't do it. Make sure that they drop, that you hand your ballot to the person and yada, yada, yada. It's like, Come on, all you're doing is causing a bunch of late work for people that are volunteering in our county.
Our county clerk's office, and all
county
that
clerk's
kind of
office
stuff,
and stuff. And there was a little right-wingish person that used to be a politician in town here that was kind of causing a problem down there at the ballot.
In Merlin?
No, at the courthouse.
Oh, downtown, yeah.
Yeah, you would stand there going, hey, I'll take your ballot for you and I'll put it in the box for you. Well, if you would have looked at me, I would say, go fuck yourself because I know you. And you need to leave people alone. He was being aggressive. He was being, and, everybody was freaking out inside the office. And our county clerk was like going, there's nothing illegal that he's doing.
He's just a dick.
He's just a dick.
Yeah.
So let him be. And if he goes into a harassment type thing, then you can call the cops and we can have him removed or trespassed. I don't know if you can get trespassed off county property or not. Or I don't know where the law
I
is.
guess it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing something, is it a
malicious,
harassing? Then he would probably have to just move to the sidewalk.
Right, and he was on the sidewalk, so it's public land.
Public land, yeah. I don't
right,
think, but if you trespass, it's within so many hundred yards of a place. Or
right.
I don't know.
I mean,
I've never been trespassed from someplace.
No, me either.
Maybe that's a goal I should.
But it was that it's that those are the guys that give us a bad stigmatism about being a Republican because you're so far right, and no, I'm not right. I just believe in making my country great again, paying less taxes, not cradle to grave shit, and that's what everybody's pissed about. It's like, oh, my cradle, where's my free money? Where's my free money? Fuck that. Go out and earn your own fucking money.
Well, and my thing is, if the government itself does nothing good or cheap.
No.
So why am I going to give them more money? Right. I'm all about people that create jobs and create industry and create a life for other people. To keep as much money as they can. Jeff Bezos and all.
Oh.
You know what? They're like, he didn't pay any income. No, but you know what?
Bullshit, he did.
Well, no, listen. He may not have because as a business owner myself.
Right.
And
no. Yep.
I never collected a paycheck. So technically, I had no income tax.
Exactly.
Was I responsible for a shit ton of taxes being paid? Absolutely.
Yep.
And I paid a self-employment tax.
Right.
But it was not technically an income tax because it just goes on the profit of my business.
And I'm looking up the election results for state of Oregon. I want to know the assholes that were voting for Robert Kennedy. Why?
Because he's exactly.
23,367 people voted for RFK when he told everybody, don't vote for me. He could not get removed off of the ballot.
Yeah.
It's like, if you would have added 20, it wouldn't have made a difference because
not for
it was
the state of Oregon.
No, 54.
But it's principle of the mindset.
Yeah. 941,000 people voted for Harris, and 729,000 people voted for Donald.
So realistically, Oregon was getting more purple. It's heading towards
heading
purple.
that way. Absolutely, it is definitely heading. But I'm a.
Our local elections, we've got Chris Barnett won.
Yep.
Ron Smith. And that just goes to show you never give up. If you never give up, you can persevere.
This was like his 30th time running for something. And finally he won.
So you know what? The only bad thing about that is now Mark Seligman thinks he's actually got a chance. He's never going to give up now. That fucker's always going to be out there. But our mayor's changing.
Yep.
A lot of our city council's changing.
I think most of them got changed.
So I think that's good for Grants Pass.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how, and we are very, very much red in this area. I mean, I saw the election results. We were in the office last night, and the county clerk. It's all public knowledge. Anybody can go in there at 8:00 and get the election results.
Yeah,
It's done. And because the county's done counting,
except for me, because I go to bed before that.
Right. You're going to wait for the text to come.
I'm still on East Coast time, so I'm trying to go to bed at like 4:00 because that's my bedtime 7:00, whatever. But anyways.
But and I saw the numbers for Josephine County, and it was like we are very, very conservative down here. And then the whole giving free money away on the Measure 118.
No, I'm glad statewide that 118 and pretty much and you look at every tax increase in the county was shot down hard for everything.
And actually, the there was the veterans, which I voted yes for. I'm not.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
And because the vets need they need some help, and it's local veteran stuff. It's not. There's federal veterans.
It's our county office here.
It's right. It's for.
But my thought, and I did vote yes for it, but I also want more details on why they took the funding away initially. Where did that funding go?
Yeah. What didn't they do to get the federal funding?
No. But they had it, I think, and county commissioners decided that they were not going to fund that office.
That's a little bit of the far right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it, it's not their position in the county commissioners to do that. They should be supporting that because that's my money. That's my money that I have to pay through my mortgage.
Correct.
And my property tax. If I choose
it's
to
already
pay,
been allocated there.
Right. If it costs me a dime for every 100,000 or every $1,000,
because they do great work.
It was like 200. I did the math on it because it says right in there in the ballot book. Okay, if you vote yes, we're going to add 42 cents per 1,000. I take $400,000 mortgage times the
42 cents. Yeah,
times the houses that I do have
or whatever. Yeah,
I was like, okay, it's not enough to make me not go buy a gallon of milk. If I can help out another veteran or help another service out, I'm good with it. They also have the Road Community College one. I was on the fence.
I voted no on that one.
I was on the fence on that one.
Just because I see the fees, because I'm a student there now.
Right.
And I see the amount of money they're charging per credit.
Yeah, they need to tighten their ship up a little bit.
Yeah, they're.
But I agreed with what they wanted to do with the funding.
Absolutely, but
so I believe I voted yes on that because they wanted to bring in construction,
more
truck driving,
stuff.
electrical stuff.
I voted no because, in my mind, based on the fees that the VA pays on my behalf,
right?
They should have that funding already. Whereas, because they've got bare bones,
right.
And I see their pay scales, amount that they charge.
I would go out there as a veteran. The government pays me because we're disabled. We get a paycheck. I go out there and teach a class on frickin' roofing.
Yep.
Or you can teach a class on electrical engineering shit or your computer science or whatever. Don't pay me. Just give me the
give me the thing.
Give me the free parking pass.
Yeah, exactly.
And let me go hang out in the teacher's lounge and eat gummy bears or whatever the fuck you're doing out there.
They got fucking gummy something.
Yeah, they got the gummy something, but
they are also very liberally leaning.
They are very liberal.
The way that the president of the student council sends out because the salt shakers were out there and everybody was afraid for their lives and had to shelter in place.
Yeah, guess what? You fucking get rid of them.
They need to get rid of them, but they also don't be afraid of some old fucking guys with a sign.
Right.
Don't feel the need to shelter in place because an 80-year-old guy's got a sign with a fucking dead baby on it.
Yeah.
It sucks. But
that guy's an asshole. But
he's not going to stab you. Well, maybe he will. I don't know. He might.
Let's see. Establishment. Okay. So Measure 117 went down hard by almost 19%. That was the one where they wanted to rate.
Yes, and that was stupid.
Oh, that was so dumb.
That means all the second or third place people are going to win.
Right.
Is what it means.
Right.
Yeah.
So that went down, and
118 went down hard.
I want to see. That's where I was trying to find.
Yeah, it was like 80%, 70, 80%.
And that's crazy because
you think Portland would have been for that?
Portland would have been the big force of pushing that free money.
But the unions were against it.
Well,
because that hurts their people.
Yeah.
That's I think what did it is the unions.
So I'm glad that all that shit went down.
But yeah,
everything that I voted no on went down.
Yeah.
Or even the two things I voted yes on went down. Because and I understand why people vote no on this shit because they're tired, especially in Josephine County. We are being taxed at a levy.
Tax.
I mean, there's more important things that we need to figure out, like school systems, building new schools that we're. I don't want to bring Jay into this, but as far as we need new middle schools.
Yeah.
And we've been the school district has been trying for years and years and years to get bonds and levies, or levies are imposed. Bonds are voted upon.
Voted upon, yeah.
I didn't have a problem voting for a new bond. That the last bond expired when they built Grants Pass High School. I went to the old Grants Pass High School. I went there and saw the asbestos pipe wrapped in the.
No, you look at it there
it's
versus now.
But now that building is almost 30 years old.
Yeah.
You know, that are 25 years old
And
now.
you look at the Performing Arts Center and all
It's
the shit
beautiful.
they did, and the enrichment that the kids have gotten out of
Right,
that.
we're spending more money on doing.
Homeless people stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's for damn sure. Like
$300,000 a year, I think, for the homeless people stuff.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
What could we have fund for that? Could we have built a new rec center onto the school or added? Okay, we're going to remodel this section of the school, and we're gonna do the old when you get a permit for the county. I'm going to leave one wall. That way, I don't have
That's
to pay.
remodeling, yeah. It's
We're
not- it's not a new
remodeling. We're not
build,
building
yeah.
a new one. Funding that, like North Middle School is. I didn't go to North and I didn't go to South. I was over in Center Point. I went to Scenic. And those schools were there. I played football on both those fields back in 1986 when I was a freshman, when I played against, 8th grade, 9th grade football.
Yeah.
It was 8th grade football, so in 1985. They're the same schools. They have not changed. They've added a little modular, building here or there. They still got, they're on their third, fourth roof. Being in the roofing industry, I know exactly how much that shit cost, and they've spent a fortune just on roofing over the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Because they only last for 10. Because that's the way they developed them. That's how they designed them instead of getting a roof that's going to last them for 25
No,
years.
because they're going with the lowest bid.
Lowest bid on and a spec'd out product.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the spec product that gives it the hard time.
Right.
But no, they need to. The community needs to look at that harder than worrying about homeless. I mean, I would have liked to see that 300. You're saying 300,000?
Something like that is what I remember
is that what
seeing from
is that what they spent in the last 3 months, or is that what
I think that's what the budgeted for a year of having those two locations.
Right. That's what just those two locations.
Yeah.
What about the fucking 2 years that we had
Exactly.
prior to that with our police, our
Well, and that doesn't even count the police issues.
Right.
And you look at Copeland. So John Osland, I was on a plane with him.
well, yeah. I mean,
And we talked
did
a lot.
John benefit? Well, I don't.
No,
know.
so they had to put up freaking giant spotlights. So giant LED spotlights to light up there, which, they probably should have done anyways, but because of the population, their new neighbors
Right.
are coming in and just fucking with their shit at night. And so they've got these giant LED things. With each light is probably $2,000, $3,000.
Well, yeah.
So
They
they
had to
probably
spend the money
spent
to do
10
it.
to 15 grand a piece on
Didn't
material.
Didn't that just light it up better for them to steal it?
Yeah,
Because
I told
the cops aren't driving by and doing
no,
anything about
I
it.
told him he needs to put the swivel on it so it goes around to the other side and hits the campground.
I say that you
also.
get one of those drones that fire fucking bullets.
Well, or that.
Yeah, I mean, right.
just automated, just fucking float.
Right? Maybe not
Maybe
bullets.
a giant
Bullets are
fucking junkyard dog. Get you a junkyard
Oh
dog.
yeah. How about the city of Grants Pass take some fucking patrol deputies and park their ass down there right in the middle of that fucking camp
Just fucking do laps.
and do laps all day long. Guess what's going to happen when you don't want to? It's like, kind of like being in the woods. When you go camping, you talked about when you were a kid up in Alaska, you had to take the can of fucking rocks or whatever.
So the bear doesn't fucking eat you. Doesn't eat
right,
you. Yeah.
Right. So you're going to go out there in the middle of that fucking UN camp down there and shake the can. The bears don't want to be around the can shaker.
No, and John was saying if they come now, the dealers are showing up with their cars outside of Copeland's because they've got the police have got that center fucking camera, 360 degree camera generator.
Just outside of view?
So they park down because you've got trailers and semis that park there too.
Right.
So they park down just out of view and it's a constant flow.
How about...
So I told them, I said, I'll come down there and with my fucking video recorder stuff. I just fucking record every motherfucker.
How about we get some of those, when the guys are running from the cops and they throw the spike strips out?
Oh, yeah.
Can't we just get like a group of guys to go down there and fucking spike strip the entrance of Copeland and
fucking just right there.
And then right when a truck driver or someone that actually needs to be there, okay, got you. Pull the fucking spike strip out.
Yeah.
I would put a gate on. I mean, do they have to go through Copeland's yard?
No. It's past. You go down J Street past Copeland. Because you've got the sort of the warehouse. There's the diesel
Right.
mechanic guys on
Yeah.
the left. You go past that, and
So it's on public
it's
land.
on city owned. Well, it's the land that they bought from Copeland.
Okay. Right.
So
right.
this is going to be
So-
the new water plant eventually.
Yeah, next year or something.
Yeah. So.
But why can't they gate it off with some fucking proud Americans going, yeah, you're not coming in here to sell your drugs.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, no. Well, and so, well, according to our police friends, that are like, we can't search a tent. So they've got.
Yeah, that's their own private residence.
Yeah, as soon as a police car comes even close, word gets out, they throw whatever in a tent. Problem solved.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of dudes in a tent.
Yeah, we're just jacking off in a tent, freaking
Yeah.
smoking meth. Because that's what they're doing down there.
What I want to find is something that you can spray on, because the tents are all nylon,
Yeah.
that you can walk by with a freaking mister and that will just
Melt them?
melt fucking nylon. Just some kind of whatever. We'll figure that. We'll bird dog that.
Okay.
But to where something that can't be seen on camera too, so you don't fucking.
Yeah, everything's on camera and that's it. We have all these great ideas, but it's illegal to
Well,
do
and
because
so
they're
what
violating their
gets
right.
me is they've got that camera set up with a generator. What keeps the homeless fuckers from just turning the generator off? I mean, fucking off.
Yeah. Maybe there's a key or something that, and they're innovative.
They're very innovative.
Yeah, you get all hopped up
There's a
on
power
that.
switch,
They can
frickin-
rebuild that thing into a nuclear bomb if they really wanted to try.
No,
They'll need a couple VCRs and some 8-track tape
and
cassettes.
a toaster.
And a
But whatever, yeah.
toaster.
But other than that, yeah, I don't understand that the generator powered thing of a camera light system of that.
No, we drove through there. We got back from the airport Monday night, and plane dropped us off at 8, drove home. So it was like 9, about 9:15. Drove by the UN camp, and it was fucking dark down there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no lights on. I saw like...
No, on the campus side, but the Copeland side has got the fucking.
Right. But inside the camp
Inside
area...
the camp is dark as shit.
It was
Yeah.
dark, and it's like, well, at least we're not paying for the lights to be on so they can... Well, they got to get their sleep. It was
Well, it'd be inhumane.
Right.
So, of course, they're all awake, fucking cracked out.
Well,
at night.
now that we got a new city council and we got
New
a
mayor.
new mayor and things, so things might change a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to find out. New county commissioners, well, and that's part of
Well,
the county. Even though it's city property, it's still
Yeah,
part of
we
the
got-
county.
we got two
It's
new
like the
councilors.
sheriff is the head chingada for the whole county, not the police chief.
Yep.
It's the sheriff.
Yep,
And
exactly.
if maybe there was some huevos grown on that side of it, it might change.
Exactly. So, anyway, we're an hour and 40 minutes. So
Yeah,
we should-
I think we beat this up a little bit.
We beat this fucking horse and fucking buggy.
So, real quick, how's your new venture of
I'm so
healthcare?
I'm So I've got.
Or,
I think I told you last week. I'm licensed. I'm waiting on all my contracts to come through with the various companies.
Okay.
So yes, hopefully by the end of the week I'll be contracted with a bunch of freaking
All right.
life insurance, health insurance companies, and
Sweet. I'd be interested
yeah,
to see what the
we'll
prices
see
are.
what we can do to.
See how my wholesale help.
See what we can put a price on somebody's freaking body.
Yeah.
Toe tag.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So anyway, but okay. So
All
this
right.
is episode 40. I don't
Hey,
know where we're at. 'Cause
welcome back, America.
All right. Yes. Thank you.
Bam.
Bam.
Have a good one.